2v2 Calderis Refinery blue team. We've got Toshi, plays a Techmarine, starts off range combat, puts out some pretty decent DPS, can also build structures and repair and deal with vehicles quite nicely. This is some Dark Angels action alongside Shas'el. Doran'ro plays a Lord General, starts off with this retinue of stormtroopers that can add to throughout the game, fights in range combat, great defense and support abilities. On the red team, Affenbraut is a plague champion, starts off range combat with this damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. And rounding off the teams, where's he gone? There he is Bahamut, playing a Revenant Alpha, turn-on commander, great mobility and some good offense too, starts off range combat. So it's double Sentinels up against those Tyranids. That could be very annoying for Bahamut. And Plague Champion up against the Techmarine with a CSM squad, no second Heretic squad, so we might see double CSM over here, which I'm liking a lot recently. Are we going to see Ravener Brood from Bahamut to try and shoot down these Sentinels? They don't need to destroy these things, although that's obviously good. But if you can just get them low enough that they're forced off, and all of a sudden the Imperial Guard players having to make decisions about whether to take them off the field or keep them in play or repair them or what, and you're putting pressure on his decision making and his micro. Can be quite micro intensive to have double Sentinels, especially if you only have one Guardsman squad repairing them, and he's getting a triple Sentinels going. Affenbraut has purchased some generators, has he? He must have, yep, he's got triple gens up early on. Not generally something I would do, but he's pushing it. He's sent his heretics ahead. He's going to Doom Blast, and those tactical marines should just turn around and fight them. They will force them off if they do so. Techmarine's in trouble here. Heretics might go after him and finish him off. They're going to try to. They might die themselves though. There's a shotgun blast, and that is why you don't send your heretics that far forward against marines in first engagement. 490, 465. Not sure what Affenbraut is confused about. Shotgun blast does do damage, and those guys were very low on hit points with about 4 models, so yeah, that wiped them out. Here comes some Hormagaunts, tier 1 light infantry. Pretty scary in melee combat, to be honest, especially when they have their upgrade in tier 1. So many attacks going in. They can surprise with their damage, but he's up against triple Sentinels, which is not easy as Tyranids, even with the Revenant Alpha, who has a slight advantage against that since he has a ranged attack himself. Straight off, he's got the ground pound for all of them. What is this? Chaos Space Marines able to decap there. Affenbraut has some Raptors on the field. He's not replacing his Heretics, which is a mistake. Should be replacing them immediately. 490, 435. Center is blue. They have a 2-to-1. What is Toshi going to get here? He's floating wreck position, I should say, like crazy. Has he not? He's got 3 gens up. Going straight into Assault Marines, that's what he's doing. And that could be quite nasty. We might see the Plague Champion respond with his awesome Plague Sword. But Raptors versus Assault Marines is not a very good fight, because you're supporting that with Tactical Marines and their Kraken Bolts. 490, 416. Warrior Brood getting shot to pieces by triple Sentinels. Look at the DPS. Raptors jumping in, suppressing targets as they land, but they're going to eat a stomp to the face, knockback, small amount of damage, and a stun. Very importantly, a stun, so you cannot do anything. You can't use abilities. You just need to try and tank the damage or run the hell away. Why did he jump them in there? Some big misplays early on from Affenbraut. Just sent these Raptors blindly out and jumped. Massive mistake. Now they're off the field and he's on the back foot again. Not sure what Bahamut is up to. He's going to put a tunnel, I think, inside Affenbraut's base, which is nice of him, when the cooldown is ready, perhaps. Man, triple Sentinels. What you do is Tyranid. He's got a Warrior Brood, which is not going to help him out that much. I mean, double Termagants do put out a fair lick of damage, especially with their Toxin sets, but I really do think he should have got some Raveners up. I'm sure he wanted the Warriors for their Synapse. He's gone straight to tier 2. Straight into Venom Brood, perhaps, for that ranged Synapse. Raptors jumping in again, but they in turn get jumped by assault marines, and there's a stomp, and they're in all sorts of trouble. This is poor play by affenbraut. Why jump them in there? I mean, he's not losing models, but that's just through sheer luck more than anything, I think. And now he's going to get jumped. Now he's on the back foot. He's got double raptors. Awesome. I applaud him for his lunacy, trying to make double raptors work. We'll see how it goes. He loses a Chaos Space Marine model. Raptors against assault marines, but there's marines there and that Techmarine who puts out some really good damage with his default bolt. It's a close fight though. Plague Champion helping force off the assault marines who lost 2 models there. He also took out a tactical marine. There's the Pruck and bolts, boosting their damage by 20% to heavy infantry armor, which is what Space Marines wear. All marines in fact, apart from the librarian and the commanders and stuff, of course. 476, 366. Hormagaunts able to decap here. These guys unupgraded. Bahamut wanting to get to tier 2 quickly, so he has more options for dealing with these Sentinels. There's a bunker. Is that going to be a repair bunker? Surely it is. 466, 366. Chimera maybe. And then some stormtroopers behind it. I haven't seen any push towards the generators by anyone. Look at this. Toshi has purchased all 6 generators for his team. And Shas'el Doran'ro gets into tier 2. Heretics are replaced in tier 2 by affenbraut. And is he going to upgrade his double raptors? He's got aspiring champion on these guys. These guys get an aspiring champion with a plasma pistol and lightning claw. That is set to change. These guys are going to get a melter pistol and power fist on their aspiring champion, which is a massive deal for them. Raptors in tier 1 often opens you up to vehicle play, and I mean, I don't think they're going to be any good against a melee walker, especially since the melee walkers are going to get melee resistance. But that power fist melter pistol is going to be awesome for them to chase down vehicles and just be a bit more scary and give them a bit more potential in tier 2. It's a massive buff. I don't see any Sentinel's going to go down. I didn't see any notes saying that the aspiring champion is going to get a cost increase either, so I assume he's still going to be 1825 and get that power fist and that melter pistol. So we'll see how that does for them. They are still heavy infantry with 1050 hit points that jump in and can't jump out. What is Warriors doing? 434, 366. Raptors also getting way too close. Not sure what they were up to. They want to jump after that Sentinel. Trying to walk them out here. And they do get away. 434, 366. There's a heavy bolter, heavy weapon team inside the bunker, and a capillary tower up there. Leveling up there was the Techmarine to level 2, was that? Yes. Chaos Space Marines in retreat. Raptors all alone against a whole bunch of stuff. Merciless Strike is missed though, through sheer luck. Basically, Raptors on these tactical marines doing a good job. If those assault marines weren't there, those tactical marines might have lost all of their models if they could have jumped after them, but they couldn't have. They don't have the energy to do so. Assault marines now with their sergeant, who gets a power sword and keeps his bolt pistol, but they do get melter bombs, which are amazing. There's that destroyed Sentinel. These guys being repaired by the repair bunker and Guardsmen, who have a sergeant and nothing else. Some havocs now for affenbraut, who lost his heretics, or maybe he just cancelled them. I'm not sure. Plague Champion with Plague Fist and Mucus Discharge. Again, not really sure why he's gone for that. To counter-initiate the assault squad, perhaps. I suppose if he uses the Pestilent Strike, he's still going to get the full melee damage output from the Raptors, since it only negates range damage. And look at this, he has some Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. He's going full melee here, and he's a Plague Champion, so he has access to Touch of Nurgle, which is awesome on any squad, not just Heretics, because you get that extra damage if it triggers on something that's not a Heretic. I think it's actually twice as much damage. So if you use it on Plague Marines, you can just flat out wipe squads, because they also explode on death anyway, and that damage all stacks together. 434, 337. zone throw on the field, as I'm sure you saw from Bahamut, an artillery piece. Doesn't need to set up, doesn't do friendly fire, and gives health regeneration aura to all of these friendly Tyranids here. Not seen any Nurgle worship whatsoever from affenbraut. I suppose since he lost his heretics in first engagement. That was a nasty plasma cannon shot. Wow, almost wiped those Raptors outright. Here's a artillery tower. Big engagement here. Raptors are jumping in. And this is nasty because that lightning claw does not mess around. 45 power melee DPS. He's going to lose his squad here. Took way too long to retreat it. 431, 327. Raptors do their job, taking out a squad and get the hell out of there. That's what Raptors are good at. Their damage is not too shabby, really not. They just can't, they just don't have that double jump that assault marines can do unless they're, I think they need to get to level 3 to be able to double jump, because it's a 65 energy jump, so they need 130 energy. Might even need to be level 4, I'm not sure. But they can jump very soon after if they're level 3 anyway. 414, 327. Why do they only have 115 energy at level 2? Shouldn't they have... No, I'm wrong. Yeah, that's weird. They seem to get plus 15% energy instead of just plus 10. I'm not complaining, but not everything levels the same. The librarian for Space Marines, for example, gets a crap ton extra energy when he gets to level 4. I wonder if the Grey Knight librarian is the same way. 394, 327. Venom Brood with their ranged synapse helping to take down that first Sentinel. But Shas'el has just replaced it here, and he's got those triple missile launchers, and these things are nasty, those frag missiles now. With that increased flight speed, I think it was 33% faster, wasn't it? Makes a huge difference, as you see there. And they are getting their damage toned down for an upcoming update. I think it's like 75 damage they do now. It's going to go down to 70. I think that's right. It might be 65. Go and check the notes. Toshi struggling, losing that plasma cannon. Now only has assault marines and tactical marines, but that's a very good tool for doing that. Harder warrior is going to be enough to counter initiate here. Raptors jumping in. Assault marines all of a sudden in huge amounts of trouble. Good grief, they're going to go down here, aren't they? Yes. Double Raptors working out here somehow for affenbraut. Some of it through Toshi's misplays, but he's still making it work. 394, 277. I certainly haven't been able to get it work very often. Mark of Corn kills Space Marines capping and then running away. They lost their aspiring champion there though. Now this turret, which is very, very poorly placed, is going to be taken down quite easily. Pretty difficult to make turrets work on this map, to be honest. Stone Throat getting shot to pieces, needs to run the hell away here. Only 300 hit points, he's forgotten all about it. Retreats it in time, does he? I think he does. And that's a autocannon for these Mark of Corn Havocs. I've said it time and time again, but these autocannons really are fantastic. Get 2 of them and you are shredding things pretty nicely. Raptors retreating, double wrap. These guys full health retreating out. Does the have an armor upgrade? He doesn't. He's a level 4 plague champion who's done well. What is Toshi going to do here? He is tier 3. Is he saving for a land raider? He might be. Shas'el obviously saving for a Bane Blade. He's very close to start producing it. Tier 3 now for affenbraut. Plague champion can be quite sluggish getting into tier 3, as well as his movement. But there's going to be a lot of changes to Chaos tier 2 in an upcoming update. Look at the Termagants getting absolutely owned by these frag missiles. Wow. Lots of population changes for Chaos. Bloodletters getting their population reduced to just 12, which is pretty awesome. Plague Marines also going to be reduced to 3 models, which are 5 pop each, so they're going to be 15 pop and not 16. And those 3 models, I imagine, are going to be almost as good as the 4 models in terms of their statistics, so that is pretty nice buff for those Plague Marines. And the Plague Champion is getting his very underused Plague of Undeath Global replaced by some chosen Plague Marines that he can call in, and those guys are going to be a melee Plague Marine squad unique to the Plague Champion, which I am obviously insanely excited for. Raptors easily forcing off the Marines, are they? Are they waiting to use it and they shall know no fear? They haven't used it. Terminators here, shredding these Raptors with their power fist. In fact, they are going to whack that squad. Yes, they are. That was sloppy play from affenbraut. He kept them in combat for way too long against a plasma gun Techmarine as well. This thing shreds everything. I thought we were going to see a melee Techmarine. I think it really should have gone for it. The Accident Mechanicum with the bionics and the refractor field is a pretty awesome build, and that Accident Mechanicum is getting buffed next patch as well. Now going to do 100 damage per swing, I believe, instead of 95. 337, 236. Baneblade, boom! There's the Demolisher Cannon going off. What are you going to do now, red team? We do have a Chaos Predator with Markov Zinch. Carnifex also for Bahamut. What is he going to go for? Thornback or the Venom Cannon will do pretty well here, I think. Doesn't really want to get the Barbed Strangler against triple Sentinels and a Baneblade, I don't think. Warriors getting stomped in the face. Triple cap for red team. But blue team have got some big guns now. They've got Terminators with an assault cannon. They're getting chased though by a Mark of Khorne CSM. And they are forced off. 278, 236. That triple cap is still up. It looks like the Plague Champion is going to try and make a run at his Baneblade. 72 DPS heavy melee from this Plague Fist. He's doing some work here. Guardsmen trying to decap, then they run away and the Lord General can take over the decap. Here comes a Venom Cannon Carnifex, and the Baneblade can get rear armor hits, as you see there. Look at the damage it's taken already. Baneblade getting some rebalancing in upcoming update as well. It's actually going to have its health reduced, I believe, to 3250. And some other changes which I forget off the top of my head. I think the Demolisher Cannon is getting its damage reduced. Ouch. There are some other tweaks as well. The Plague Champion going down. Zone throw. Whoa! There's the Imperial Abyss from affenbraut. Forcing the Baneblade to come forward. Baneblade even. That's a rocket run though. Wow. Let's see how the second one goes in slow motion. Boom! Very nicely hit, and that has wiped, wow, his whole army pretty much, because that was triple crack missiles and the Baneblade, which made short work of the Carnifex. Well, there is a Toran'ro formation which finishes off the Baneblade. Massive engagement there. Bahamut with just Warrior Brood and Zone Throat now even lost his commander over here. And Shas'el's Baneblade not lasting very long, but now he has some Kasrkin, and they're getting their weapon expertise, which I think is being scrapped. They're no longer going to have their weapon expertise, but their sergeant is going to give them some buffs. They're going to get his sergeant upgrade instead, which allows them to cap 50% faster and gives them some other buffs. I think a courage buff, so they won't get suppressed as quickly. 234, 197, 2-to-1 cap now for the blue team. Toshi with a Predator tank. Raptors can't do a whole lot against that unless they get their melter guns, and he is taking a massive risk trying to finish off the Techmarine, which he does, but he's going to lose his squad for it, and that was not worth it, Mr. Affenbraut. So he's lost both of those Raptors. He has Havocs, which are level 2 and level 3 Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. A massive melee build backfiring for him. He could have done a lot better with it, to be honest, but he's just misjudged a few engagements which have cost him squads. That's what happens. His assault cannon is pretty beastly. Lots and lots of piercing damage on a single target, and will suppress stuff as well. Some tunnels over here. Red team taking a natural back with some Chaos Terminators from affenbraut with an auto cannon. Good damage to all targets, small area of effect. I think the best ranged weapon, certainly, that a Terminator variant can get. Chaos Terminators, of course, though, just with 3750 hit points, which is pretty low for a Terminator variant, but you can support them with worship and stuff, and especially since the Plague Champion's worship is getting buffed in the next patch and will have an extra effect for Terminators since they are super heavy infantry. They're going to try and cap mid. Another Carnifex on the field for Bahamut. He's getting another Venom Cannon. Be a bit more careful with this one perhaps. Don't try and take on triple Sentinels with a Baneblade with him. Sorry about that, guys. If you noticed the jump cut, I had to go answer the door. Well, here we are, 234, 132. That Venom Cannon Carnifex guarding mid, a zone throat capping, not the Terminators. West side. And they show no fear. Tactical Marines with that 40% damage resistance, and they're capping with it, yes. And can they fight these Markov Pawn guys with that knockback buff? Looks like they're not even going to try it. Terminators taking shots, a Predator tank also. These guys tanking damage pretty damn well, down to 2 models though. Need to be careful. What is Affenbraut doing? Just run away, you've capped it. Now he is backing off. The triple Sentinels coming over also, so it's a 2-to-1 for red team. Affenbraut unable to make any kind of impact over here on the west side. And look at the damage from these triple Sentinels. Level 3, level 4 and level 4. Wow. Shas'el using them very, very well. 215, 132. Really is good with his Sentinel plate. What's this? It's Kasserkin, caught by warriors. Not a fight they want in melee combat. They're going to try and throw their grenade and run away. No, he doesn't. He's realised this. Warrior Brood levelling to 2. He's going to lose the entire squad here. Special attacks going off. Yep, they're gone. Yep. Just realised too late, was focused on mid. We do have the Gross Devourer up for the Raven Alpha. He's gone for Regenerate, which is not cheap. Pretty nice piece of war gear. And Synapse Aura as well. 212, 132. Down goes that Sentinel. Wow. And they go back to the repair bunker, also repairing the Predator tank. Techmarine level 5. Is this going to be... I think he needs to get the las cannon, doesn't he? If he wants to try and help hunt down that Carnifex. 206, 132. Can the blue team push mid again? What is Shas'el doing? He's going for another Baneblade, that's what he's doing. Another Carnifex on the way, a Land Raider Phobos on the way. And a Venerable Dreadnought drops in there. And these guys might get all of a sudden pretty awesome. Especially for going up against Nob squads and stuff when they get that melee resistance aura. Melee resistance aura is 40% less damage from melee attacks, by the way. So a pretty sizable passive buff for you. Going after those Chaos Terminators. This guy does over 100 heavy melee DPS, and he is not messing around with his Chaos Terminators right now. Takes down 2 models, Predator tank backing him up, and these are some dead Terminators. Unable to retreat away, and there's a sync kill on the last model, inspiring nearby allies, but it doesn't inspire vehicles, so nothing was inspired there. 173, I should say 132. Here's that Phobos though, and it might take down that Venerable. Yeah, one more volley from one of those las cannons and it's done for. Bam, there is the stoicism, and it's effectively dead. Charged out a bit too late there. Terminators need to be careful. You need to teleport the heck out of there. There is the Pestilence Strike. Why did he do that? Now these guys have damage resistance to range fire. Big misplay there from Affenbraut. That would have killed them without that, I bet. 173, 118 is a 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. They did take mid. Thanks to these Terminators, they've lost another model. Phobos being aggressive, going after this Predator tank now. Can they get both side sponsors to fire though? And here comes a Baneblade, and Baneblades eat Phoboses for breakfast. Carnifex taking shots on that Sentinel. Can he finish it off? Raven Alpha is also there, and he's firing on the Baneblade instead. Shoot down the Sentinel. There we go. He's going to give it a go. That repair bunker is making it difficult. One more volley might do it. Down it goes. 165, 116. He might lose all of his Sentinels here. Baneblade already taking a huge amount of damage from the Havocs and the Phobos, but the Phobos is now being chased down. Only has 2,000 hit points compared to the 3,500 of the Baneblade. 155, 116. Phobos does have the advantage of not being susceptible to rear armor hits though. Maybe it's time for Affenbraut to come after this west side, because Shas'el just lost all of his Sentinels, and those were big losses because those guys were doing awesomely well. Level 4, level 4, level 3, maybe even all level 4 by the time they went down. 142, 116, blue team somehow able to cap mid. Whoa, something just got flattened. I believe that was some Havocs. That Demolisher Cannon is pretty nasty. Keeps getting his natural decapped here, Bahamut. Needs to keep that thing capped. 142, 108. Here comes Affenbraut with a level 7 play champion who's going to try and decap him. He should be able to do it, at least decap it. Plasma Cannon mid. That bunker is still going. 142, 100. 2 Carnifexes on the field. This one also getting a Venom Cannon. Maybe he should have gone for the Thornback instead, but there are 2 ranged vehicles on the field. And there's that Zone Throat Snare still coming into play very late game. Level 4 this guy. 142, 97. There's a Space Marine Predator tank. Baneblade taking the front because he can take more hits. Is he going to finish off the Raven Alpha? Not quite. And here we see a las cannon and a auto cannon getting shots in. What is this late champion doing? He's going to die. Level 7, 3 hit points, and he gets away. Phobos still going. But his Terminator's going to teleport in and smack it with Power Fist. No, they're not. Bloodletter's on the way for Affenbraut for some reason to go after the Terminators and the Plasma Cannon, perhaps. He lost his Marco Korn guys somewhere along the way. What is this? It's some Tactical Marines coming out. Getting their Sergeant. We have Guardsmen. Those are the original Tactical Marines actually, that just lost their Sergeant. Level 4, 142, 95. Some more Guardsmen on the way for repair support for Shas'el. And is it time to push against those Carnifexes and chase them up and try and take one down maybe? I think he should, but he's not. 142, 86, much easier said than done. Marines will now cap mid with that 50% faster capping trait they have. And blue team are gonna get a 2-to-1. Yes, the naturals have swapped hands. Well, they're about to in a way. Warrior Brood will finish this cap, and Bloodletters are going after the Terminators, and these guys dish out unreal amounts of power melee damage, and Terminators cannot deal with that with just 600 hit points. No way. So they are backing the hell off to base. Bloodletters though cannot be suppressed by these base turrets. We might see them just chase all the way in here. It will take a lot of damage if they get closer, and looks like he doesn't want to chase in. He really should have chased in. He could have finished off those Terminators pretty easily. Maybe he doesn't know that Bloodletters can't be suppressed. 140, 68. 2-ton cap. For red team now, they have both the naturals. Can they cap mid though? Warrior Brood are just going to get exploded here trying to do this surely. There's a Baneblade shot, there's the Demolisher Cannon as well. Whoa, almost wiped them out. If they weren't level 3, they would have been goners there. And he loses 2 models off them. Maybe he should put a Hive Node in the mid. He certainly has the resources for it. As a tier 3 Lictor to guard his natural VP. Pretty good choice. Lots of heavy melee DPS from this guy, and he's going to work on that Lord General. The retinue models will die first though. Bloodletters causing all sorts of problems over here. It's a good choice from Affenbraut in the end. Keeping the Tactical Marines very, very nervous. And those Terminators as well, which are still in base, healing up. Las Cannon getting shots. There's an auto cannon also. Bloodletters are phased out, but now it's worn off. They're taking damage again. He might need to retreat these guys out. Loses another model. Yep. Chased off the Marines, but he's not going to be able to cap with the Havocs, I don't think. 1, 2, 4, 50. What's going on mid? There's the remains of the Phobos. Double Carnifexes and a Zone Thrope against the Baneblade and a Lehman Russ. A pretty even fight. Maybe they should just focus everything on that Lehman Russ. They might be able to deal with it, especially if he snares it, because it's away from the bunker there. Yeah, especially with, what is it called? Corrosive shots. Use that as well, and you should be able to take that Lehman Russ down. Why is he shooting at the Baneblade? Everything on the Lehman Russ, surely. Might have missed his opportunity. Not seen him use the Bioplasma either on those Guardsmen. He might be able to take that Lehman Russ here. Here's a Space Marine Predator tank though. 1, 2, 4, 37. And the Carnifexes, of course, 2 back away. You can't repair these guys obviously, but they do regenerate health. To march them back to base though, for them to heal up. Lictor is still prowling that natural. Was that a passive leap into combat? Wow, it was really long. 1, 2, 4, 37. Terminator's killed the Plague Champion. Another Land Raider Phobos on the way, and another Carnifex. And why not? He's got a lot of vehicles to kill here. There's 2 Leman Russes. And Elictor's been used defensively rather than trying to jump in behind on rear armor, and he's forced off there. In fact, the Lord General might finish this cap here, and this might be the end for the red team. I don't know if that Phobos and that extra Carnifex will get on the field in time. 1, 2, 4, 32 single cap. What's this though? Double bloodletters for Affenbraut. Scary to see, but here comes a Venerable. Both of them teleporting off those poor tactical marines. They're trying to run back to the sanctuary of the Venerable, which charges into everything, which was a mistake I think, because now he can't use his Emperor's Fist. Kills a model though. There's a special attack, really good special attack from melee walkers as you would expect, but there is the victory for blue team with a triple cap at the end. They were just unable to push through Shas'el's little bastion of vehicles here, supported by the bunker. He really needed a Toran'ro formation to take the bunker out. When he used it, he didn't target the bunker. He wanted to make sure he finished off the Bane Bait, of course. 1, 2, 4 VPs at the end. The Lictor lived, and the Warrior Brood was still alive also. They didn't level to 4 though for some reason. Carnifexes were all level 1, the Leman Russ still level 1 also. Those Sentinels though were the stars of the show for Shas'el. All got to level 4 I think by the end. By the time they went down, they were chased down by Tyranids. Shas'el I don't think was paying attention when they went down, because he could have just backed them off the base I think. But there you have it. Toshi recovered well with these Terminators, which really helped him out. And some decent Predator play as well saw him through. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.